Namaste, beautiful brothers and sisters. How's it all going? Happy Equinox. So we're just going to wait for everyone to jump on the call, and I just want to make a little bit of a video about today. So at 9:30 p.m. UK time, the sun is going to go into Aries, and that is going to mark the first day of spring, and that is going to mark the time of the equinox. So this would have been the day that all of our ancestors would have been waiting for. All of the feasts, all of the celebrations, all of the ceremonies would have been happening today. In ancient days gone past, everyone would have been waiting for this day, because when the sun goes into Aries and we experience the equinox, this is showing us that we're moving into spring. We're moving out of the really, really intense, dark, cold, snowy winter, and we're moving into where the sun is getting higher in the sky, and we're going to be experiencing warmth in the northern hemisphere. And so this means that we can grow our crops, we can plant our seeds, all the lambs are going to be born. It's a sign, it's symbolic of life. Life is returning back to the northern hemisphere. And so it is very important that we understand that a major agenda has taken place within our society to take us out of sacred time and put us into secular time. And so in secular time, we ignore these days. We don't honour them. We just think, we just carry on going shopping. We carry on just doing the things that we normally do without actually acknowledging that this is the most important day in our ecliptic cycle. Within our sacred new year, this day was considered the most important day. So in times gone past, in pagan times, in the Druid times, there would have been many, many ceremonies taking place in the in the stone circles, in the wells, places where the ley lines meet. Many of our ancestors would be gathering on days like today in order to make offerings to the earth. So it's a symbiotic relationship that we are in with the earth, and we're not just here to take, we are also here to give. So today is a day for us to give back to the sun that gives us life. Do you know what I mean? So there are many, many ceremonies taking place today, and I'm going to be hosting a ceremony. But the reason why I'm making the video is to draw your attention to the significance of this day, so that you, in your own divine consciousness, can hold this alignment that this is a very, very exciting day. This is a beautiful day for us in the Northern Hemisphere. It means that spring's coming, life is coming back to us. Like, we've just come out of this very long, cold, dark winter, and ahead of us lies the rising sun, and the sun is just going to get warmer and warmer. So it's really, really important that we don't ignore these spiritual dates, brothers and sisters, because this is how we lose our world. This is how we lose our world, because everyone gets sort of like drowned by secularism, and secularism is the opposite of sacred. So secularism is referencing the mundanity and the third dimensional identification with the third dimensional dualistic world. And the powers that were want you to not be focused on days like this. They want you to just carry on watching your Netflix series. They want you to just carry on shopping. They don't want you to be showing up today to say thank you to God, which is thank you to the sun, the Lord our sun, for returning back to us and giving us life, and giving us the warmth that is going to make our crops grow. Like, this is what it's all about. And we know now from our studies of esoteric science that in the Bible and all the sacred scriptures, even in the Mahabharata, in the Bhagavad Gita, when they're talking about Krishna, when they're talking about Christ, they're referring to the sun. The sun is the Lord of our realm. And that is why, in England, for example, we have many, many old churches, and in the old churches you've got a sign of the cross, and then you've got a circle. So it's like a circle with a sign of the cross. That is telling us that that who we worship is the sun. And today's the day, brothers and sisters. So organise a ceremony, organise a singing circle, organise just something, like do something to honour this day. It is so important, because this is how we get our world back. And it's all to do with critical mass as well. Like, these are the days, equinox and solstice, and then the 4 quarter days, which are Imbolc, Beltane, Luanas and Samhain. These 8 days are when the veil is the thinnest between the higher dimensional realms, and these are the days when the deep state have used the powerful spiritual energies that are permeating through our sun on days like this, and they've used these days to create trauma and to do really, really bad things, especially to children. And it's like, we have to come together and say, no, we're taking our world back. We understand about this cycle. We understand that this is one of the most important days in our ecliptic year, and we are all going to come together in gratitude and celebration of the return of the sun. You know, so people like myself, you're lucky, it's auspicious that you even came into alignment with this invitation. That is so auspicious, and that just shows you who you are on a spiritual level. You could be lost in the matrix. Do you know what I mean? You could not even have any clue about what is going on, but your soul has been vibrationally brought into this vortex of this message. Do you know what I mean? And so that's very, very auspicious, and it shows that you've done a lot of work on yourself in previous lifetimes to be in the shelter of these teachings, of these reminders of our ancient past. You know, so it is very important that we do not ignore these days. We ignore these days at our personal and collective spiritual peril, because unless we all come together as awakened humanity and say, no, we're here to clocking in for service, spiritual service, then the powers that were are just going to think that humanity is just completely comatose and that there's no hope, and that their nefarious plans are gaining traction. You know, but they're not. But the only reason how we can, like, there is a spiritual war going on, whether you believe it or not, there is a spiritual war going on, and they've got all the sort of the money and the media and stuff like that, but we've got feet on the ground, organic humanity that are showing up for spiritual service. You know, so this is why I do this work. This is why I make these videos, to remind us all. I'm reminding you about how powerful you are, how important it is for you to make that alignment with this day. You don't have to come to the ceremony. Make an altar, buy some fresh flowers, play spiritual music, play your gongs, play beautiful sacred music, pray to our Creator, say thank you to our Creator for all the blessings of your life and all the blessings that are going to come in this cycle. It's very important that everyone understands what we're going to be doing in this ceremony today. So we've had a very, very intense March so far, and the reason for that is because the sun has been in Pisces, and Pisces is the end of the zodiac. The Piscean soul is like the old man, the old woman who's about to go back to source energy. Pisces represents birth and it represents death. And so as the sun has been in Pisces, many of us have been confronted with a lot of the patterns that we are ready to release. And so a lot of stuff has been stirred up for us, like really, really deep, old, ancient programming and beliefs have been stirred up in this time of Pisces, because our higher self is showing us it's time to let go. We're about to go into a new cycle, brothers and sisters. The sun is about to go into Aries. Aries is the sign of the ram. The ram is to do with the cerebrum in the brain. Sarah and Abraham represent the cerebrum, and this is what Aries is symbolic of. That this is heaven heaved up. It's all about the head. It's all about the new beginnings. Aries marks the beginning of a brand new cycle. So as we, as conscious awakened humanity, step into this new cycle, we have to let go of the past. We have to let go of the dross and the programming and the ego identification that has been associated with this last solar cycle. And so in the ceremony tonight, we're going to be accumulating our old cloak, which represents the challenges, the lessons, things that we really, really need to let go of, and we're going to let go of that, and we're all going to come together, and we're going to hold space, and we're going to support each other to let go of this cycle, of this old cycle, where many of us have been very, very deeply confronted with our psychology, our neurosis, our oldest patterns. You know, I know that because people write to me all the time, and they say, oh, the energy's really challenging at the moment, Jen, you know, what is going on? And it's because the sun has been in Pisces. We're closing a cycle, guys. We're closing a cycle, and we're beginning a brand new cycle. The sun is going into Aries, brothers and sisters, and we're going to start a brand new solar cycle. So we have to come together consciously to let go of the old cloak, and we need to put on our new cloak. We need to get our daffodil cloak, because daffodils are a potent medicine, guys. They're one of the most powerful flower essences you can ever work with, is daffodils, because daffodils shine like God's light, regardless of whether it's been snowing, regardless of whether it's been sort of like flooding. Do you know what I mean? It's like daffodils, like, wow, we're coming. And they are symbolic, and they represent God's golden light. And so we are working with the energy of the daffodil now. They're strong, and they're hardy, and they're full of joy, they're full of light, they're full of play, they're full of that golden healing energy. And so as we let go of our old Piscean cloak, which is the accumulation of that whole recent cycle, we are now going to be donning our new cloak. I'm getting major goosebumps, guys. We're going to be putting on our new cloak, our new daffodil cloak, that is going to take us into this new cycle, and it's going to allow us, we're going to be working with the beautiful energy of daffodils to bring into our psychic field the energies of joy, of light, of play, of happiness, of rebirth. This is what daffodils represent. They represent rebirth. And this is where we're at now, in this beautiful, beautiful place in our ecliptic wheel, guys. So important that we start showing up now to honor the cycle, you know, because we ignore it at our spiritual peril. And not only our personal spiritual peril, the collective spiritual peril. Our brothers and sisters in 3D are banking on us. They're banking on us showing up in our awakened state, particularly on days like this, brothers and sisters. This is the big one. This is the big one, you know. This is in the olden days, before Julius Caesar and what have you, and we've got all these different months of the year. Aries was called Primera, means first, means primary. Prime means first. And then if you go through April, May, June, July, you realise that April is the first month of the year, because April is the beginning of the secular year. Sorry, the spiritual year. Capricorn is the beginning of the secular new year, but Aries is the beginning of the spiritual new year. So really, this is New Year's. This is like New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. But because of our old controllers are so hell-bent on confusing humanity, they flipped it. And they were like, oh, yeah, Capricorn. But that's the beginning of the secular new year. We're still in the deepest depths of winter in Capricorn, aren't we? But now we're in April. We're coming into April, March and April, where the sun is going to get stronger and stronger, and it's going to start returning back to the northern hemisphere, and it's going to be affecting all of the crops, all of the animals, all the farm animals are going to start being born, and life returns back to the northern hemisphere. Is this not something to celebrate? Is this not something to honour? Because this is what the whole entire history of our ancestors, this is what they honoured. And we've all been programmed from day dot to forget about that, to not honour this cycle. But that's no good, guys. That's no good. That just keeps our planet entrenched in this third dimensional identification, when we are spiritual beings having a spiritual experience, and we are working in symbiotic, blissful harmony with Mother Nature. Like, we're not separate from Mother Nature, are we, guys? No, we're not. So we need to step up and go, yes, Mother Nature, I'm here. Today's an absolutely next level day. Here's my altar. Here's my beautiful clothes. Here's my offerings. Here's my flowers. Here's my presence to show up, to honour the beginning of this cycle. And we do this for all the collective, not just for us, on a selfish individual level. We do this for the whole entire earth consciousness, brothers and sisters. So your presence is 100% required, either to show up at my ceremony, to show up at another ceremony, to host your own ceremony, to sit by yourself and do this work. But don't ignore this day. This day is so important. It is arguably the most important day in the whole ecliptic cycle. You know, so going to be hosting an amazing transmission. Can't wait to be with you all. What we're going to be focused on is completing the cycle, completing this Piscean cycle, and entering now with fresh energy, full power into this brand new cycle now. As the sun has now gone into Aries, it's going to go into Aries at 24 minutes past 9 p.m. UK time tonight, and that is exactly at the time when we are going to be live in the ceremony. You know. And so we're going to be doing that. We're going to be letting go of the old. Very important. So many of us have been so triggered in the last few weeks and months, but we need to complete that. We need to draw a line under that and say, okay, that was great, that was really, really confronting, that was interesting, but now we're complete. We're complete. We're going into this new energy now. This is going to help so many twin flames, brothers and sisters. So many twin flames are going to come together in this cycle, this brand new cycle. This is so deeply connected to those of us that are on this divine union path. This is so connected to the masculine, divine masculine, because the Aries energy is very, very connected to the divine masculine and the awakening of the divine masculine consciousness. And so many of us are going to receive contact. We're going to have visitations. Things are going to start shifting within this twin flame community, and this is because of where the sun is going and where we are at on the cycle. So it's very, very exciting, brothers and sisters. Also, in today's ceremony, we're going to be doing a massive protocol to take back all the churches. The churches were stolen from humanity. The churches were created as healing chambers, where you had the organs, where you had the bells that would reset all our organs, you know. And so this technology was stolen by the Jesuits, who basically stole our churches, and they destroyed the technology that heals humanity. So we have to take back the churches. The churches were taken over by Rome, by the Catholics, by the Jesuits, by the despicable child killers. That's what they are. They you know, don't even get me started on that one. But they've stolen our churches. They literally squatted our churches. Those churches were built in the time of Tartaria, and they were built to last forever. You know, these buildings were built to last forever, and they were built as healing chambers for humanity. And we need to take them over. We need to reinstate the technology of the bells, particularly the bells and the organs, so that humanity can gather again under these big, massive bells and be put right. You know, all this Wi-Fi, everything like that, this is all working on an energetic frequency, and it's trying to mess with our homeostasis, which is our sort of like base thriving frequency. There's all these attacks, you know, through the food, through the chemtrails, through Wi-Fi, through so many. I don't need to name them all, but there's all these elements there's like a frequency war, do you know what I mean, that's going on, and they're trying to pull us out of our frequency so that we get sick, so that we can then go and become customers for the pharmaceutical companies. That's what it's all about. They just want profit. They want humanity to not be alive, and they want people to be sick. So what, we're just going to sit there and go, oh, okay, yeah, all right, that's fine, great plan. No, we're not. We are going to rise up as awakened humanity, and we're going to take back our churches, remembering that everything happens on the blueprint level. We have to activate this shift on the etheric plane in order for it to trickle down into the third dimensional reality. We work with our God mind. This is how God rolls, guys. We visualize it, we experience it as though it's already done. And enough of us together all around the world holding this faith and holding and anchoring this timeline, and then boom, we have miracles. you know. So the main things we're going to be working with in today's transmission are completing the cycle, putting on our brand new daffodil cloak to go into this new cycle. We're going to be working with the beautiful energies of the daffodil, which, as I said earlier, is about joy, happiness, power, play, rebirth, and the return of the light. So it's the return of the light. It's not just the external return of the light, it's the internal return of the light. Our internal light is returning as we enter this particular place on the ecliptic wheel. So I can't wait to be with you all. We're going to meet on Zoom. It's always absolutely the highlight of my month, is being with my community, seeing everyone's faces, getting that chance to deeply connect with each other, love each other, see each other, witness each other, feel each other, go into that deep transmission space with each other. If you don't know what a transmission is, it's a global ceremony, not global, it's a world ceremony that takes place. It is going to be happening at 8 minutes past 8 p.m. UK time. Loads and loads of you have all signed up already. Loads of you are here in the call, but there are loads more that are going to watch this video and going to go, I need to be there. Now, you don't need to be there for the live call. There are quite a lot of people that will be at work and stuff like that, but as soon as they get home, they will watch the video and they will do the transmission, and they will add their beautiful sacred energy into this protocol. The protocol is that we're taking back planet Earth from the hands of the despicable reptilian old controllers who think that through us not saying anything that we are complicit in their agenda, but we are not complicit in their agenda. We are rising up as awakened, enlightened humanity, and we are taking our world back, brothers and sisters. And I certainly cannot do this on my own. I need you. I know that I'm a leader. I've definitely put my hands up and said, yeah, you know, I'm up for it. I can't do it alone. That's just ridiculous. I need you guys. I need you. Kylie says, when I paid for the transmission, I received an email with a receipt for a book kit. Carly, just write to me. Sometimes selfie just glitches, darling. Just email me and I'll send you the Zoom link. So that's all I'm going to say on the matter. Please share this video. So important, brothers and sisters. I'm going to offer someone who shares this video an absolutely amazing spiritual gift. So please hit the share button now. Please. Did you see that orb? You see that orb? That was saying share this video, guys. I know Sheila's going to share it, but I want more than just Sheila to share this video. There are so many people in your community that need to know this. They deserve to know this about the fact that this is the spring equinox, guys. This is like the beginning of spring, you know. So share this video. Sharing is caring. To do an act of sacred divine generosity. Okay, we all need each other. Love you, Jen, and your pure energy and vibration. Thank you, Liberty, darling. Whitney says, see you there. Karina says, we just got another quiet and delicate snow. It's still cold here, but it's so good to just snuggle. Yes. Yes. Oh, Doreen shared. Well done. You're in the running, Doreen. You know, let's see who shares this video. But I'm going to send you such a beautiful and amazing gift, whoever shares this video. So that's all I wanted to say. I've got a lot going on in my life at the moment, as we all have. I've had no heating, no hot water for about 5 days now. I've got the boiler guys that are fixing my heater. I'm looking after a really good friend of mine as well at the moment. There's a lot going on. We've all got a lot going on, a lot juggling in our lives. But let's do this work. Let's show up for humanity. Let's show up for the collective, knowing that as we take our positions on our grid point, we are the vanguards for this new awakened consciousness that is going to be taking over the world in lightning speed. But it starts with us. We are the ones that said we'll go first. You know, you are one of the ones that said, I'll go first. See that orb? The orbs are agreeing with us, guys. So anyway, that's my message. Please share this video far and wide. I love you all so much. This has been a brilliant video. I've really loved sharing with you all about the importance of this powerful sacred day. And I'm going to speak more about it tonight because it is worthy of being spoken about in great depth. Exactly what is going on right now with the sun and where the sun is within the constellations, beautiful constellations, which are God to our realm, which is the demigod of our realm. It's not prime creator, it's creator. You have creator and you have prime creator. This is all hail the creator, which is the Lord our sun. Without the sun, there would be no life on earth. There would be nothing. So that's it. Namaste.